Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I do hope you're having a wonderful day. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. So, thank you very much. So, stocks are recovering quite nicely. It's so funny. You may recall that I said, when we ran up really high, I said, okay, look, we should go down maybe 5, 7%, 8% maybe because these things have run so hot for so long. It's time for a nice pullback. Of course, when we were in the middle of the pullback, here we go. The top is in crisis. This is gonna crash. September crash, October crash. This crash, the other crash. The typical kind of videos popped up. Harry Dent was already doing his victory laps. Oh my God, buy the bonds, do everything, blah, 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 all of this. And what happened was it seemed like it was a simple sell off, and now we are moving higher. Now, I did say I do expect some sideways movement, so I don't think we're going to go straight up to new all time highs. I think that will come probably in Q1 2024, absent, of course, any black swan event like I don't know, China completely collapsing, and I don't know, basically the U.S. government bonds completely collapsing. Outside any of those kind of stuff, we should see some new all-time highs. And now, what is surprising everyone is the fact that the rates have been risen so quickly, and supposedly our economy was supposed to be much weaker than it's appearing to be. And the problem with these people is that they look at things like higher interest rates, stocks go down. But then they have a very economical feeling to these things, which is, oh, if this happens now, then this happens tomorrow. And there's like no time in between, and things just move like that. Now, I prefer to look at charts on a weekly basis, have a general idea of the sentiment, and then make a few predictions. You see, because if artificial intelligence really delivers on everything that seems to be promising that we are aware of so far, this will be this will be at least the same level of productivity boost, sorry, not bust, that the internet has brought. Maybe even further. We are talking about automation to never seen levels. We are talking about, I mean, can you understand, right? Maybe in 25 years, we actually don't have doctors, surgeons, or dentists anymore. We just have a machine operated by AI. You just sit down, and that's it. I mean, how efficient would that be? Never rest, don't need holidays, doesn't eat, doesn't make mistakes, doesn't need salaries. I mean, because people are thinking, oh yeah, AI, Chat GPT, etc. You're touching the surface, right? It's like when the internet came out, people thought, oh yeah, it's going to be for, well, certain things that I cannot say, otherwise my video gets shadow banned, or just for email. That's it. Nobody could envision everything else that came, and I cannot envision everything that AI will bring. Like, I'm not a magician, or I don't know. I cannot see the future that far, but I can imagine, like, there are certain jobs which it would be so nice to have people doing it 24/7, but then these are jobs that pay really high. So if you're a hospital, you would save a fortune in doctors and surgeons and all of this. And you would have workers 24/7, never resting, never stopping, don't getting any salary, never making any mistakes. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I saw this doctor in the US. He operated a guy in Canada from the US. Can you imagine that? Like, the guy operated, this was not with artificial intelligence. I'm just talking about the level of sophistication in robotics and software. So this guy is sitting in the US operating someone sitting in Canada. I mean, like, we need to put things into perspective, right? If you go back 30 years time and you say that in 30 years this was going to happen, people would probably laugh in your face. Like if you go to people in the 2000s and said, oh, by the way, in 12, 13 years, your phone is going to do A, B, C, D, the guy will probably laugh in your face. And we're talking about 10, 15 years, right? We're not talking about 100 years, 200 years. So these things, excite me, but also scare me at the same time. I mean, the speed of innovation, it's completely brutal. But the point of the video, why are stocks running up? You see, the currency was devalued dramatically between 2020 and 2021. We're talking about, I think, something like 60% of all US dollars were printed in those 2 years as a percentage of the entire dollars printed since the dollar exists. So you're talking about dramatic levels of devaluation, which means since stocks are priced in dollars and euros and whatever other currency, so what I'm saying is stock on top, dollar divided by the dollar value. If the dollar value goes down, even if the stock doesn't do anything, goes up. That's it. It's as simple as that. And what I said is the environment we lived of extremely low interest rates is not normal. That was the anomaly, the exception. Now, I think based on the government's behavior, the high interest rates will eventually collapse the economy. But this will take longer than most people think. These things don't happen overnight. That is the mistake that people make, is that they see something and they immediately translate it into an event going to happen later. And I do think that the artificial intelligence is pushing stocks higher. I do think that the fact that the majority of people were waiting for collapses makes the stock market go higher, because I've said this plenty of times before. The collapse will happen when everyone is convinced that everything is okay. When you start seeing people saying this, the Fed managed a soft landing as they predicted. The Fed did a wonderful job. Inflation is now finished and the US economy is unstoppable. That's your top. When you hear things like this, that's your top. Not when everybody is talking about 10 different reasons why we're going to see the Great Depression and the major stock crash. That's not how it works. It's as simple as that. Why? Because you need people like in 2021. You don't remember people, like basically any stupid stock they bought, everything went up. And what was it? Jim Cramer on CNBC. We have never seen the US economy so strong. This is unstoppable, blah, blah, blah. When you see those pundits talking like that, that's when you should be careful. So thank you very much, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.